showing up kind of late. Job's done, go home. No, that's my fault. I knew I was going to do a video, but got a little 45-inch bale back there. I'm done. I was racing rain, I thought. I was for a while there, I guess. I just got done bailing up the waterways down to my place. What I estimate the other day, 25 to 35. Well, I got 34. That's really not that bad for it being literally just waterways, and honestly, it just strips grass and everything that years ago we would have just hit with the disc or the brush cutter. But it made good feed. It may have gotten a couple sprinkles on it. I was doing a little bit of sweating here because right now I'm a one-man show, and they were saying severe storms tonight, and approximately an hour and 34 minutes. So my plans were I was gonna do some running. I was gonna get the skid steer and at least put everything that I could get to right away with the skid steer and get that put in under roof so it doesn't get rained on. My friend Ryan just called and said that any of the rain that we were supposed to get is going to the north and the south of us. It's splitting around us, which is infuriating because we do need the rain, but that is exactly what it was doing in 2012. It was either going north or south of us, or it would hit the river, which is, well, depending on which way you look, it's anywhere from 2 to 3 miles west of us. We're really not that far from the Mississippi, but far enough where any significant amount of rain from the river doesn't do much to affect us. So the plan currently is, now that all of my bales that are sitting down in all the floodplains aren't going to get rained on and flooded out, I'm going to let it go until tomorrow. But Ryan will be here to help me. We'll bring down one of the tractors, that bale carrier, the skid steer, those new tines that Ryan has, which I haven't really talked about. He got them at the farm day, but they look like they're built really well. And I'll go through and haul all these bales in, get them inside, and there'll be some nice feed about probably March. From where we're putting them at right now in the barns, we won't need it for feed till probably late spring. I gotta get back up to Rockville. I got some calves to feed. Yeah, I got some bottle calves to feed, their dads. Maybe tomorrow we're gonna have that concrete for that bin get poured. It was supposed to get done today, but they waited until tomorrow now because we were supposed to get a bunch of rain tonight. The rain in this area has been really, really spotty. It's basically down to miles, where you go a mile that way or a mile that way, and they got up to a half inch, anywhere from a half to an inch of rain. And right now we're dry. Our crops, I thought they looked awesome a week, 2 weeks ago, and right now if we don't get a decent amount of rain, we will have a crop, but it's probably going to be one of the lower yielding crops in recent years. So that's always something to look forward to. The round baler, I just was asked to do some maintenance videos on the disc vine and the round baler. I can kind of go over everything I need to do to them. This in particular seems how it was all grass. There really wasn't much for, there was no alfalfa whatsoever in it. This stuff gets really dusty It's similar to baling like straw fodder. It gets built up in and around the bearings, the PTO, and gearboxes and everything really well. Nothing that the air hose won't fix. I'm going to leave this hooked up yet tonight. And it's going on 7 o'clock. By the time I get done doing chores, not much point in me doing it yet tonight, because I really don't think we have much use for this round baler for another 3 to 4 weeks. And I don't even know if we're going to try to do a 4th cutting of hay in September or not. Depends how this 3rd crop comes back after you put that fertilizer on it. It needs the rain. It needs the rain to really get a decent 3rd cutting in. And if the weather forecast doesn't start showing an improvement as far as rain goes, we might as well forget a 4th crop, because there won't even be enough there to justify the fuel to even try to make it. Anybody that hasn't had any rear view video cameras on some of this equipment, like this camera I got in the back of the baler, it is really come in handy. There's just some things that rear view mirrors just can't quite cover. And I talked to Tyson last night, today, and he's saying the same thing. Some of the places that those video cameras come into play, he's never had them use for them before. I mean, you can get really creative with these things, especially back in the shed here. Just the mirror doesn't give you very good depth perception, and having the camera pointing straight out the back for watching for cars, for round baling, especially with the net wrap, that is the biggest reason why I did that. This video camera lets me know when I'm on long straightaways and I'm not. The mirrors don't work that great on here, where you got to have it just right. You almost got to move a little bit, you know, turn. Where you can maybe see part of the bale. And this, I know the second the end gate drops, if I got to address the net wrap problem. I did have a net wrap problem though. I caught a stick. Yeah. I had a stick up underneath of the net wrap rail, and it was messing up. It was tearing my net wrap on about 1/3 of the bales. I didn't catch that right away. And I know I didn't do a video on the repair of the skid steer or the grain drill. I can probably go over it really quick in an upcoming video, but I worked on the grain drill, and then Dad Ryan did the skid steer between them. And the disc vine, I slapped that together really quick so I could use it. So I get this back in the shed here, and I'm gonna go on with the rest of the chores. There's a bunch of stuff here in the shed that we do have to address. The combine. Typically, back in the day when we had oats, we used to pull it out in August, and we did all the repairs on it then before oats. Well, now that we don't do oats, we only need it for fall row crops. We don't have a need to pull it out in the summer and work on it, but we still try to get it out the 1st of August. I mean, it is August, and go through it, grease it, change the oil. I don't like waiting until a week before we need to take any of this equipment to the field to hook it up, go through it, and address any issues that may be prevalent or may have had been prevalent when we put it away. The combine, largely I just got to grease it, engine oil, and it is a lot nicer to do that maintenance, especially when you're a dirt floor shop like we are, it would be nice to pour concrete. We all know that. The only problem is that there's no really plans for it, and it'd be kind of a hassle right now. I mean, if we did do it, I could see going like from either like right in the doorway and all the way back to the back shed, and just doing like this quarter of the shed. It's been a dirt floor my whole life, and we've done a lot more repair work. Back when we were milking cows, there's always something broke. The haying equipment was shook, and we were always working on something, repairing it, welding it, patching it. It's with the way we're set up anymore now, we don't have the repairs that we used to. It's not that things don't break. I mean, you guys saw that the disc bind gave us trouble in the Bobcat. We had belts that were giving us, and that sensor too. But when you're not making hay all summer like that, as many acres doing hay all summer, and as far as our row crop machinery, the corn planter's in good condition, the combine we keep maintenance up on. What else around here really needs to work are that old grain auger, which was rattling apart. That's why we went and bought that Mayrath. That was our biggest problem mechanically wise, going into harvest, was that grain auger, because I always had to pull that sweep off and replace the shear pins, because the shear pins were usually half chewed out by the time we got to new crop. This new auger, for how much we've ran it, it runs great, it's quiet, it doesn't rattle. We've checked everything over on it, we've greased it. It's a little bit longer, it's what, about 5 feet longer, maybe a little bit more than our other one, which is going to be nice, especially for the fact that the Kiwani, the old one, was just able to make it to the 20,000 bushel bin, and this one really shouldn't have as much of an issue. So, hope you guys enjoyed the ride, even though you didn't really get a ride along when I was round baling. A question I want to address real quick. Everybody wonders, and you shut the tractor off, everybody wonders why in the world do I bother to shut the PTO off on the 76 when I'm round baling, when I go to drop a bale. If you're still there, the reason I do that is because I grew up my whole life on a 2955 running a round baler. On the 29, the way I was raised to do it. That's just how we did it. That's about the simplest explanation as to why we did a lot of things around here the way we did them. It's just the way we did it. Whether or not it's the right way or the wrong way for the person up the road or what, that's just how we did it. I always shut the PTO off. When we started using the 7400 on the round baler, the 29 was what, 90 horsepower. Going from that to using the 7400 with a little bit more horsepower made a big difference. And I did it with the 74. And the 74 was the same layout. I mean, it was a power quad, but I always shut the PTO off. On that 535, that was a miserable baler. The 566 made a lot better improvements over the 535. And I don't know if the 566 that I have behind me is a direct descendant from a 535. I don't know. Even this baler, it was a product of, hey, we're making hay in 3 weeks and we need a baler, and this is what we were able to find. We did a lot of work to it. All the belts were shot, bearings were shook, the pickup, the cams were busted on both sides on the pickup, bearings were out. Fine-tuned it, made some adjustments, and honestly, this baler can be here for a long time yet. I'm not doing custom baling anymore. I mean, I have some customers that have my number from the previous years that are still calling me, but I've been trying to get away from doing the custom baling for the simple fact that when everybody was calling me, last year was the big one. I had people calling me when we were busy ourselves. Like to do fodder. Fodder was the big one. I missed out on a few $1,000 job that kind of stung the pocketbook simply because when they wanted it done, we were combining geez, you guys got me hung up on oats. We were combining soybeans, and I had to let the job go. A few thousand, it was like $3,500 worth of bales, and it just irritated me. Nobody's fault, but it's just when it comes down to in the fall, from September to the 1st of January, I'm really more concerned about what we're doing, and I guess that really doesn't make me a good candidate for doing custom work, because I am more concerned about getting our own work done before going in custom hiring out. So I've been getting away from it. I don't have a whole lot of need to do it anymore. I just thought it was a good way to make a little extra cash, and it was. But when everybody calls you when you have your own work to do beforehand, I couldn't do it. Couldn't justify it. So, I don't even know how long this video is. Probably long enough. We have more videos to come. What are the differences between a blue tube harvester and a cement silo? I have not made that video yet. I could go do it right now, I'll be honest with you. The crop damage video, that was a glimpse of what some of the fields look like. The stand could look a lot better. The fields look good. It's just the lack of rain is starting to show. The beans are showing a significant amount of heat stress, and it's really down to a decent shower here within the next maybe 5 to 8 days. Will be the deciding factor on 10 bushels or not, or another 10 bushels on top of what these beans may produce. So I don't know, it's all farming. If it was all guaranteed, everyone would do it. It's literally just trying to do happy averages. And yes, I did sell a bunch of corn, soybeans, back when the prices were higher. All this stuff going on overseas, I'm just kind of letting it do its thing and iron itself out. I said it before, I'm not political. This isn't a political channel. It won't be. More of a dry sense of humor every once in a while. But anyway, maybe I should end this video and maybe go do another 2 or 3. That sounds like a good idea. Well, thanks for watching. Take care. Take it easy. Keep in touch. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content and want to keep up with everything going on here. Things are looking really busy for the rest of this month, all the way into harvest. The chisel plow, that's what I was forgetting. That grain auger and that chisel plow are 2 of our biggest things that are causing us a headache right now in the fall. Chisel plow is too light, it needs a bunch of work. I'm actually probably going to have to get the machine shop to make me another bar on it, because that one is tweaked and it is going to chew out those flanges if we are not careful. So, like I said, thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later, tomorrow, or the next day.